Hello everyone, welcome to the English class today, and today we are going to talk about the recount text. There are several points that we learn today. That is the definitions, the social function, the generic structure, language features, types, and also the example of recount text. So let's move to the next point. Okay, the first point is definition of recount text. Recount text is a text that tells us something that has already happened, such as past activities or experiences. Well, next is social function of recount text. Recount text, the purpose of recount text is to amuse or to entertain the readers. Next is generic structure of recount text. There are three generic structure of recount text. The first one is the orientation, second is events, and last is reorientation. The first is orientation. In orientation tells us about what, who, where, when involved in the text. And for the events tells us about what happened and in what sequence. For example, once my teacher grounded me into the library because I didn't do my biology homework. And the last is reorientation. Reorientation is the ending of the text. For example, you can see in the screen. The next is the language features of recount text. So, in recount text, we tells about past activities or experiences. So, we use simple past tense or verb to. For example, I spent my holiday in Jakarta and I was very happy. In this sentence, spend and was is verb to. And next, use action verbs like spend, went, brought, took, and so on. And next, use adverb or adverbial phrase that tells about where and when the text or the story is took place. The next is use conjunction and time connectives. For example, then, after that, and, or, and so on. Okay, the next point is the types of recount text. There are 5 types of recount text. The first one is personal recount. In personal recount, tell us about the writer's past activities or experiences. Well, the second one is factual recount. Factual recount is an objective recount and someone is not personally involved in the situation. Second is imaginative recount. Imaginative recount applies a factual knowledge to an imaginary role. Next is procedural recounts. In procedural recounts, retells an events chronologically. And the last one is literary recount. Literary recount retells a series of events in purpose to entertain. Next is there are some points that must be considered when write a recount text. There is what occurred, when did it take place, where did it occur, the participant, how did it happen, what direction to the event of recount text, why did it happen and how did it happen, and then the concluding ideas. Okay, the next is the example of recount text. You may see in the screen the example of recount text and you may read first. Well, next let's analyze the example before. First, if you are asked to answer the question, what is the purpose of the recount text above? Your answer should be, the purpose of the recount text above is to entertain or to amuse the readers about the writer's bad experience, that is the expired free ticket. Then, if you are asked to answer the question, mention the generic structure of the recount text above. Your answer should be like this for the orientation, and then for the events and for the reorientation. Well, if you are asked to answer the question, mention the language features of the recount text above. Your answer should be like this. You should answer write the simple past, the action verb, the adverb or adverbial phrase and the conjunction and time connectives of the recount text before. Okay everyone, this is the example for the recount text. In this example you can see the generic structure of recount text, that is orientation, events and reorientation. Well everyone, that is the material or the topic for today. Thank you and see you next.